Hello all, in this video I will be demonstrating how we can install Stratis Full Node on Raspberry Pi. For newbies, Raspberry Pi is a low-cost credit card sized computer that plugs into a computer monitor or a TV and uses a standard keyboard and a mouse. Stratis Platform, a blockchain technology platform for enterprises to build enterprise-grade blockchain-based solutions using Microsoft's .NET framework and C# language. Stratis platform is easy to learn, adapt, and integrate with existing enterprise applications. In a distributed network, there are a lot of computer connectors. Each computer is called a node. A node is a point of intersection or connection within the network. It can act as both a redistribution point or a communication endpoint. A blockchain full node is a node on a blockchain network. It replaces transactions and block other nodes. A prerequisite before starting, you need to have a Raspberry Pi with either Raspbian or Linux or Ubuntu or any of the operating system of your choice installed. I am using Raspberry Pi 3 Model B with Raspbian OS, which is a 32-bit machine. On the other hand, Raspberry Pi 4 is a 64-bit machine. So make sure to download the resources accordingly. One thing, if you don't have any of the libraries used during the video, you can do it by using the command sudo apt install and then the name of the package. Suppose I want to install zip, so I will say zip. Since I already have a zip installed, so it didn't install it again. Now let's start. Stratis Full Node uses .NET, so we need to install it on Raspberry Pi. We can do it with the command here in this command sudo means that we want to use the system resources and save the file onto the system that the root drive root folder. Curl -sl is used to download the tar.dz file. -o.net.tar.dz is used to rename the downloaded file to .net.tar.dz, and I have already downloaded it, but I'm just showing you that how it will start, how will it look. So in similar ways it will show you that, like, so there may be some internet connection issues, so showing a very big time. Generally it takes 20 minutes to download the whole package, which is a 137 MB package. Next, the next thing that we'll be doing is downloading the Stratis Full Node and renaming it to snode.zip. Here we are using system sources, so sudo wget to download the zip file, -o snode.o to rename the file. I also have downloaded it already. Generally it takes time, so you can just click on and then it will start this, and it is almost a 37 MB file, 40 MB file around, so it will take some time to download. So we are all done downloading all our files. We really need not to download it again. Now the step that we'll be doing next is to prepare the system to start with the Stratis node. So for the first step would be to install the .NET. So for that we'll be doing that. We'll first, yeah. So for that we'll be first making the root folder. The root folder name would be .NET. So let's make it with the command sudo mkdir-p/user/share/.net. So it will create a folder for us. Our next task would be to untar the tar.dz file and copy it to the system folder that we have just created. So this will take time. For the timing, let me show you how, like, where the folder is created. It is created on another user share.net. So yeah, so it is here root, and when we go to user, we go to share, and then we have to go to the .NET folder. Let us go to the .NET folder. So we go down, and this is our .NET folder that we have just created into the system. So, and we'll be using this file .NET. We'll be creating a symbolic link. The next step would be to link it to the system. And so to create the system link, we'll be using the ln command, ln minus s. So ln is to create the link and minus s to create a symbolic link. For those who don't know what a symbolic link is, it is a term for any file that contains a reference to another file or directory in form of an absolute or relative path, and that affects the path name resolution. That is basically used so that we don't have to again and again go to that .NET/.NET folder. It will just create a alias name. So let me create. So this will create the paths for us. So congratulations, like we are done installing our .NET. We can test that out by doing this .NET, and so we have installed .NET on our system. If you face any of the difficulties or you get any error at this point or somewhere, you can just repeat the steps and all the errors will be resolved. Now we are done installing the .NET. Now the next step would be to install the Stratis Full Node. So the first step in installing the Stratis Full Node will be unzipping the downloaded folder. So the snode.zip that we downloaded will be unzip that and moving that to a new folder known as STRAX node. So let's do that. So this is basically unzipping the folder. Since there are many files, so it generally takes time. The size of the file is 40 MB. So on Pi, since I'm using a Raspberry Pi 3, so there's not so much RAM that the process would go on so fast like we do on the Windows. So yeah, done. We are done with unzipping the file. You can just check that out. Let me show you that. So let's do ls. So here you see that we have .NET. So these are the .zip files that you were able to see. Let me show you the .NET thing. Yeah. So here you can see that we have downloaded the STRAX node. So this is where the Stratis Full Node is installed. Sorry for that. Now we are done. So we have installed .NET. We have installed Stratis. Now let's test it out. So we can do it with the command sudo create .NET STRAX node Stratis, and this is a DL, and run my mainnet. So mainnet is the testnet that we'll be using to deploy the blockchain. So when I click it, it will start everything. So I will be doing that. I will not be running the full node because I don't want a full node. I have already have a blockchain deployed on my network. So we'll be doing it to control C. to shut down the application. So if you can see here, application is shutting down. So yeah, the application got shut down. So yeah, so we have finally installed the Stratis full node on our PC. That's all for the video. Thanks for watching. The You will find the Stratis official documentation link in the video description. If you find any difficulty, you can visit there or reach out to me. Thank you. Have a nice day.